and welcome. So it's another day for our Horoscope readings. This is a reading for Wednesday, December 16th. And this time, instead of using my Spirit Animal Oracle cards, I'm going to actually use my tarot deck. I keep forgetting. I got to really put it up to my face, which I'm not used to. All right, so here we go, guys. We're going to start with Aries. All right, Aries, my Rams. Ooh. Aries, what's going on, Aries? Run, Rudolph, run, Aries. Ooh. All right, so Aries, a couple of cards that we want to talk about. I believe that we're right now looking at some decisions that need to be made. These decisions may or may not be financial, but we do have the Queen of Coins or the Queen of Pentacles here. Right now, the Queen of Coins I usually see more as a person, and this is generally somebody who is like that gold digger kind of. And maybe this gold digger is somebody that is lying, cheating, stealing from you. I mean, if they're a gold digger, they probably are. But so we've got these cards at each other, you know, decisions. What are we going to do now that we know this information? Now that we got this going on, what are we going to do about it? What choices do we have? You know, or maybe we really care for this individual. Maybe we really, you know, don't want to go to the police or go whatever the case may be. But now that we know that there is secrecy, cheating, theft, fraud going on in here, people taking away our money, right? We definitely have these choices that we have to make. I feel like, too, that this could be another reason. I think this could maybe be a significant other or somebody that is already close to you, Aries, is because we've got the Devil card here. Now, the Devil card is a card that talks about addiction, but I always like to say that addiction doesn't always have to be drugs and alcohol. Addiction can come in many forms, whether that be playing video games. Maybe you're addicted to exercise. Maybe you're addicted to love or lust, or a particular person is just so addicting. And so we've got to remember that addiction comes in many ways. And whatever this is, it's almost like you're so drawn to it. You're addicted to it. And you let it happen. And we don't want to let it happen anymore. Okay, Aries, it's time for us to make the choices necessary. Okay, and Neo, do you want the red pill or the blue pill, right? What choice do you want to make? Very, very important. Okay, Aries, make those choices, and I'll check back in with you again on Friday. All right, Taurus, my bulls. How are we doing, huh? Are we getting ready to go home for Christmas? I'll be home for Christmas. I know my singing is terrible, but you're just going to have to deal with it. It's just who I am. And what? Ooh, there it is. Ooh, there it is. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. So, do we... Lots of women coming out, some court cards, very interesting. So for one, we've got the Ace of Coins in reverse. The Ace of Coins tells me that there's some money matters that you thought were going to go your way, maybe the beginning of a new ways of making money. In this case, I think it has something to do with property matters or car matters, because this is the Page of Swords a lady, by the way. Page of Swords. This card usually relates to me to contracts, right? What are we signing? What? And it doesn't have to be a these kinds of contracts can be in related to buying a home, leasing a home, buying a car, leasing a car, divorce paperwork, things of that nature. And we didn't read the fine print, and these contractual negotiations aren't going the way we thought. And maybe it's going to make us lose a little bit of money, all right? I also see here for some of you Tauruses, we've got, again, the Page of Cups this time and the Queen of Swords. So lots of feminine energy here, okay? Tons of feminine energy. We've got, so the Page of Cups is usually somebody who is very intuitive, naturally intuitive, borderline psychic, always kind of knows something's going to happen before it happens, right? Or always experiencing that deja vu kind of thing. And in this case, it was like, we knew something was going to happen, right? Deep down in our gut, we knew this thing was coming. Queen of Swords, okay? Very, very witty. Usually, again, I think about these people, these cards, the kings and queens especially, as people. And as you can see, the Queen of Swords, she's got this helmet on, showing restraint. She's got this sword almost like, I dare you. Like, I know what I'm doing. Do you know what you're doing? And it's almost like in a seductive way. The angel wings really just stress messages or even intellectual properties. But it's all about using that knowledge. Swords are all about the element of air, the element of knowledge, intelligence. And so using that knowledge that you have, Taurus, and that great intuition that you have, you can combine that together. If we combine these energies together to fix these, a lot of the things that we think, or a lot of the things that we fear can go away, right? And then we can start manifesting greatness, right, Taurus? All right, Gemini. By the way, while I got all of y'all's attention, I am planning on next week changing my format a little bit so that I can cut these videos down, since these videos have been like an hour long. So I'm going to be cutting them into smaller formats, so, and by element, okay? So if you know, fire element, earth element, etc. Okay, so Gemini, my twins, my hippos, my hippopotamuses. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Only a hippopotamus will do. We're losing our energy. We're losing our motivation. Gemini, at least some of y'all, losing our motivations. And it's giving us a sense of unrest, uneasiness. There we go. 8 of Wands. Usually you would see it like that. And as you can see, you've got all of these wands, right, symbolize all of these great things, moving with such great energy, force, and momentum. But it's also very peaceful because these are doves, in which case it's in the reverse, right? So it's like we've lost this motivation. These little things are going to fall out of the sky. And of course the doves, right? But I also see here the Fool card in reverse, okay? So whatever happened, whatever it, why we lost our motivation, why we lost, why we have this sense of turbulence. Maybe it's a sense of our own naivety. Whatever. We're being naive about the situation. Like, we should have known better. Like, we walked into that. Like, that was such a rookie move. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Then we've got the 4 of Cups. Now, oh my God, I fell into this. I was so naive, so dumb. And now we're like, okay, so what else can I do? Is there something better somewhere else? We're looking off to greener pastures, when really what we should be doing with this is, instead of looking off to greener pastures, we should stop playing the rookie cards, pick ourselves up by our bootstraps and do it again. We can still have, even though that this may be a setback to you, we can still bring back that motivation. All right, Cancer. I got such a stuffy nose. Cancer. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. All right, Cancer. Here we go. Okay, so there is a sense of victory, Cancer, for some of us. Putting a lot of hard work in, the Three of Coins, Three of Pentacles, we're putting in a lot of hard work. We're getting the things done. And we're really hoping, this is really more a card about striving to get to that Nine of Coins. This card is about we're still working hard, we're still doing great things, but we haven't really gotten to the point of being acknowledged for those good things, right? But people are starting to see it. I also see here the Six of Wands, which obviously victory card. There is a sense of victory, like we're very proud. We finally, maybe it was something very hard that we had to accomplish, and oh my God, we did it! Yes. We also have here the Page of Cups again, but this time it's in the reverse. And this is really about not trusting our instincts and not trusting our intuition and being the person that has doubt, constant doubt, doubting ourselves, doubting other people, doubting how we handled a particular situation. So there's this doubt in your head, or whether or not we can do something. Hold on one second, I'm thirsty. Okay, so then we go to the Two of Cups. Now, usually the Two of Cups is a card that does represent like your soulmate. In this case, because I'm, my famous Cancer is my daughter. In this case, it's commitment. And there was something, and remember, that is really like a Two of Cups kind of feeling, right? When you finally found that soulmate, you finally found that person that you're willing to commit to. This is a rest of your life decision. So, of course, this card is representative of commitment. And for her, so she had a special thing that we had to do, and she couldn't sit still just for one bit. And all she had to do was, now it was a very long time that she had to sit still, but she couldn't commit to sitting still. And yes, there was a little bit of disappointment to us because, it was something very important that needed to happen. But that's okay. There is always going to be a next time. So next time, we've got to remember, when we're faced with this certain situation, when we're going to do it, we're facing it, we've got to commit. We've got to follow through, okay? Very important. Next, we've got Leo. My fellow lions, how are we doing today? Leo. All I want for Christmas is you, baby. Leo. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, Leo. That's coming out too. So, Leo, and of course I'm looking at myself because I am my own famous Leo. So Leo, a couple of things. Eight of Coins or Eight of Pentacles in reverse. This card, to me, represents painstaking patience. Okay, this is the kind of patience. Look at how good his work is, how hard and meticulous he's working, making and etching every single little detail in those coins. And it's just showing that he is a master at his craft almost, right? But he's got this patience to be able to take care of one individually, just so. And it's in reverse for us. Okay, so this is telling us that, you know, we don't have that patience. We keep looking and checking to see, okay, did it get better? Did it get better? And in my case, right, I'm always checking my numbers, right? How many more followers do I got? How many more subscribers? You know, who's watching my content? Who's paying attention? What do I got to do better? And it's overwhelming. It is. It's overwhelming. And so the Queen of Wands, so this is just saying, hey, you know, you need to have patience. It's okay. You don't have to look at it every second. Right after I finish doing this video, I'm going to be looking at it. But then we also have the Queen of Wands in reverse. And the Queen of Wands, okay, she's usually very passionate, very creative. This is really more not being able to hold your emotions back, wearing our emotions on our sleeves, but also not playing the actress card very well, right? Because the Queen of Wands, she's this great actress. Very hard for us to act today. I know this morning was a terrible morning for me. And so there were things that came up that was very hard for me to hold my emotions back. And that is how this Queen of Wands stands out for me. In the meantime, there are still things that we are transitioning into. That's what the Death card really means. It's really more of a transition. We're transitioning from one part of us that is no longer, one part of us that's dying, that's no longer going to be, and yes, I am going to use those words because, you know, there's a part of you as you're growing up that dies. It doesn't mean that it's lost forever. You're transitioned into something else. You've transformed into something better. You've grown into something better. You don't 100% lose those things. Like, for example, you didn't lose everything from high school, right? If, you know, it could have been 20, 30 years, but a part of you is still that little girl or that little boy that played in band, that was in theater, that was, you know, staying after school, you know, or maybe even, you know, after school behind the mall, doing whatever it was that you were doing, or going to the video games. Hey, look, I'm still the little girl that in my head that plays DDR all the time. You know what I mean? Like, believe me, I can't do that anymore. But, I mean, that is always going to be there, but that's not us anymore. And it's time for us to shed that skin and move on. And that's what we're doing. We are entering this transition phase, and we are entering it with great motivation, with great passion, with great surge of energy. It's almost like we're ready now. We're ready to move forward. We're transitioning into this new space, into this new us very well. So a little bit more patience will do us some good, yeah? All right, Virgo. My Virgos. Virgo. Lots of choices. We've got Virgo. We've got lots of choices. We've got the Two of Coins, the Two of Wands. Both of them talk about choices. Both of them talk about in this case, I'm going to say that these are choices, again, regarding property matters, not property, but regarding financial matters. Maybe it's one job or another, one way of making money over another, or, do we want to live here or there? Because this is very, very physical. But this is also very, very close to home, something that we're passionate about, which is why I'm really thinking of this as more of a career, as more as job opportunities coming our way. How are we going to make money? And what are we more passionate about? Weighing our pros and cons between each job or between each situation, between each option, I guess. I also see here the Palace of Swords in reverse. Now, the Palace cards are unique to my deck. I am using the Tarot of Dreams, which here is the book for it. But you can, the artist, by the way, is, and you can get it directly from him, Ciro Marchetti. I believe that's Italian, and I'm saying it very wrong. But you can get it directly off of his website, or you can also get them on Amazon if you wish. But anyway, going back, I digress. The Palace of Swords is unique to this deck, and if you think about it, right, this is the end. This would come after the king. This is going to be the place at which you think, because this is the swords. This is when you're, you think about this palace being high above the clouds, right? And you can see everything around you. You've got that big perspective now. You've got that bigger perspective. And in this case, it's in the reverse, which is telling me that we're not thinking clearly. And we actually need that perspective too, because the Hanged Man is also here. You want to talk about cards? Talk and see ya, honey. All right. We're not thinking clearly, and we do need to be in a place where we can see high above the clouds, where we do have this place of perspective, where we can see all the options, kind of like a giraffe, our neck sticking out and seeing, everything around us. Sometimes we need a bigger, better perspective. Now, there's also a little bit more imagery here that I see in the Hanged Man too. So with the new perspective, okay, with this, I see this very much so as a correlation of Odin, where Odin is, where he hung himself upside down from the world tree for 9 days and 9 nights, and he was rewarded with a form of divination and also a language, a form of written word and language, and this is known as the runes. And he wouldn't have done that if he hadn't sacrificed something, right? If he hadn't put himself through something. And this is saying that this is also, but he had to have that perspective, that new perspective. Now he's looking at the world from a different view, from a different angle. And you here need to be high above the clouds. It's almost like the universe is going, or is currently forcing you to looking at that perspective. Like, you're not getting it. You're not understanding it. Yoink! Right upside down. Are you getting it yet? Can you see around? Can you? Yeah? All right. And then put you down. All right. Next, we've got Libra. Libra. Okay, so Libra. Maybe we found, I think we've got another card that represents fraud here. And this is the King of Coins or the King of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, this is usually somebody who's very, very good with money. And at this time, They are not, and they may be saying or doing some things that are going to be negatively or already negatively impacting you on a financial basis. I also see here the Seven of Cups in reverse. There's some options, some opportunities that have come your way that instead of choosing the ones that you want right away, you've decided for whatever reason to postpone or procrastinate on making these choices. Sooner or later, all the choices are going to be gone. And if you look, I'm going to put this in the upright for you. If you look, some of those choices aren't so nice. They got bugs, snakes, but they also got jewelry and keys to knowledge, okay? When the card is reversed, this is really like saying that those options are slowly going away from you. And probably some of the ones that you really, really wanted, but you waited too long for, are gone. So take what you have, make these decisions right away. Do not allow people to take advantage of you any longer. This is even more so confirmed by the Sun card. Okay, the Sun card is the card about putting the self first. Okay, the Sun is the center of the universe. Everything spins around the sun. That card, when I look at that card, it's like, yeah, you need to put yourself first. You need to, put into logic and reasoning all of the things that are going on in your life. Really you're an intelligent being. Visualize, think about how these things got you into this place. Put yourself first. It's okay. Okay, I know some of my Libras out there don't put themselves first, and it's time that you do. Okay, Libra is all about balance. You guys are the sign of balance, scales, right? Justice in all favors. Well, where's your balance? You got to have balance too. I think this is the second time I've been saying this to you, Libra. All right, Scorpio, my Scorpions. All right, Scorpio. Okay, so you also got the King of Coins, but this time in the upright position. So this is really telling me that as long as we keep our lockbox tight, as long as we keep our intellectual properties close to us, as long as we keep what makes us money, as long as we keep all of this stuff secure, lockbox, nobody touches it, we're going to be coming into a place where we are the King of Coins, the King of Pentacles, where we have that money, we're financially stable, and even get to a point where we could be making money off of other ventures as well, not just making money off of our one job. This is talking about making money from stocks, from housing and property. You're not relying on a single job. You've got other sources of income. But you've got to keep all that safe, like I said to you, okay? Don't let people have access to the box. Don't let people have access to 100% of the ideas, 100% of your creativity, because then it gets stolen from you. And I also, again, I see the victory card, okay? I mean, we're going to be coming out of here very victorious, getting the things that we want and we need. So, listen to this stuff, keep that lockbox secure, and you're going to be gold. All right, Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius. So maybe we dealt with, maybe there's a possibility that some of us Scorpios had to deal with some legal issues. Maybe we had to go to court. Maybe we had some documents, some things to settle, and they went in our favor. But these things were, it was very stressful. Seven of Wands, okay? Definitely a lot of things were against us. And maybe we even feel like it was miraculous that a positive win was in our favor. But we definitely had a lot of things against us. You see that all those different sticks come and battle the situation, right? And we were trying very hard to handle it. But really, the cards were stacked against us. King of Swords in reverse. Okay, this, when I see him, this is a sociopath. This is somebody who is very sociopathic, that's in your life, that was really trying to make things difficult for you. And we overcame it. We came through it. And this card, the Justice card, is usually the card that represents legal issues, but in the upright, it goes in your favor. In the upright, it's like justice is served. So it does seem very, very rewarding. We were put in a very hard spot, but it was very, very rewarding for us. Okay, Sagittarius. Capricorn. Maybe I gotta find some music to play in the background so it's not always so quiet. All right. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, and just like the ones I used to know. Ooh, Capricorn. We feel very, very overwhelmed right now. We feel overwhelmed, a little stressed. We've got, I mean, look, we got all of those things stacked on us, stacked over our heads, okay? So we feel very, very overwhelmed. We're probably fighting with ourselves a little bit, trying to get some of our issues, trying to get some of our things in order. And it's being a little bit difficult. It's being a little bit difficult, strenuous, especially as we're coming close to the close of the year. There's some things that we were supposed to be learning, the Magician here in reverse. Some things that we were supposed to be learning from somebody that maybe turned out to be not good information, not information that we should have been listening to or paying attention to, false information. But again, the King of Swords, but in the upright position, I see him when he's in the upright as Charles Xavier. Very, very smart man, you know, uses telepathy and, I think the real imagery here is that, like, he's so smart, like he doesn't need hair, something like that. You know, he's bald, but so that, like, the energy can get to him easier. But I see him as Charles Xavier, okay? I see him as the person who knows so much, right? He's very intelligent. It's almost like he's a wizard, you know what I mean? He knows so much. That is not this guy, okay? This is not the guy. This is like he's like, this guy is like the guy that's selling snake oil in a tent. You know what I mean? Like, he's not the person you're supposed to be learning from. All right? This guy. Find this guy. All right, Capricorn? Aquarius. My Aquarius is, how we doing? All right, so Aquarius. All right, Aquarius. We've got the fraud and the sociopath, and they're probably one and the same person. All right. Two very interesting individuals that want to take advantage of you, both monetarily and mentally. A sociopath is just somebody who plays on, who plays mind games with other people for their own enjoyment. And this could be two different people, or this could be a combination of the same person, inherent traits in the same person. But it's definitely, when I see this guy too, he's taking advantage of your money, right? He's pulling all that money. It's unbalanced, right? But we're also paying the cost. We're getting rid, that money, overspending for no reason at all, overspending because this guy says we should, overspending, not paying attention to our budget. Be careful with those Christmas presents. But I also see here the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups is definitely like grieving, grief, sadness. Not necessarily despair or depression, but it can definitely get there. We're definitely feeling some kind of way. And like I also see this as like, if you look, she's sad, she's up against the wall, right? She's grieving, but like I also see here alcohol. I know these are just cups, empty cups, but when I see that as somebody who's so sad they're drowning themselves in other things, right? Abiding in other things, trying to numb themselves and take the pain away. And you don't have to do that. It's just as easy as getting rid of these negative aspects that are in our life, Aquarius. And it may feel very hard, may feel very daunting, but if it doesn't serve you, if it only hurts you, you don't need it. You don't need baneful things or baneful energies in your life. So you can tell them to namaste away. Okay? Okay. And last but not least, my fishies, my Pisces. How are you doing? Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let the youth... Whatever. From now on, our troubles will be miles away. Here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. All right. So I think we need to talk about some things, Pisces, before anything. First and foremost, we've got a mess. We've got somebody. This is secrets, okay? When the High Priestess is here in the reverse, this is talking about secrets. Usually she talks about secrets anyway, but this is generally like secrets that we learn from within, right? Occult type secrets, sometimes, yes. But these are, when we dive deep within ourselves and we meditate and we learn more about ourselves, these inner mysteries is what the High Priestess and those divine feminine energies represents, these polarities that are always within us. But when it's in the reverse, it's really like those polarities are so extreme, you don't know what's real. And we need to bring that back to balance. But this is secrets, and this is somebody keeping secrets just for the sake of keeping secrets. So we want to be very, very careful there. And it could very well put us, we got the Palace of Coins or the Palace of Pentacles. Again, these are places. When I see this one, this to me is like your physical house is torn upside down. It's torn asunder. It's like, we're not ready for family and friends to be coming over for Christmas. Not at all. There's stuff all over the place. We've been just doing so many different things, but I think we've been doing different things for good reasons. We also have here the Page of Swords. Again, but this is in the upright. But again, this talks about contracts, contractual negotiations, but really reading into the fine print, doing the things that you're supposed to be doing for your contractual negotiations. Be prepared for it. And be ready for it. I see here, again, we've got the Death card. These are very much so trump cards. So these are very important major events in our lives that are going on right now. It's very, very possible that maybe the person keeping secrets from us is the Queen of Cups. Although the Queen of Cups in the upright is generally a very loving person, somebody who is very, very willing to give their heart to people. It is very possible, though, that the same kind of people that are very emotional and divulging some of your secrets. And it may not be on purpose. Maybe it may be because other people are asking questions about, your health, how you're doing, what's going on, because they know you're going through a transition. They know you're about ready to sign some deals or sign some contracts, whether that be divorce papers, whether that be, buying a home, a car, any of these things. They know that you're going through these big life changes. So maybe it's very possible that it wasn't done out of malice, but it is in a way keeping, don't tell so-and-so that I told you this, but she's having a really, really hard time. Like, one, why are you telling anybody's business, right? But two, that's just, why can't you tell, hey, this person was asking about you, I let them know, yada, yada, yada. Like, don't keep secrets just to keep secrets. It's stupid. Anyway, guys, those were your readings for today. I really hope you enjoyed them, and thank you very much for your company. As always, I do this first and foremost because I want to put a smile on your face. I want to entertain you guys for a little while. And even if none of these messages resonated with you, even if all I did was entertain you, made you laugh, put a smile on your face, then you know what? I did my job. So thank you very much for hanging out with me today. Namaste and God bless.